What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about a possible Season 5 DLC for Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. And yeah, so let's get to it. So as we all know, they've already had 4 DLCs, and Season 4 just finished off with Kawaki, and that does leave a little bit of room for other characters to be added to the game, like Shino or Kiba, for a Season 5. Now, for Season 5, as far as Naruto, strictly Naruto characters, there aren't a ton of like super hype characters that I think that would get a lot of Naruto fans like super hype about, because they've already put Madara in the game, they've already put Hashirama in the game, they've already put Minato in the game, or even like Killer Bee or adult Naruto, adult Sasuke. They've already put a lot of the hype characters. Now, in my opinion, I think Shino would be really cool to put in the game. I know he's not that popular of a character. I do think that before Shippuden, he was actually one of my favorite characters before Shippuden. I thought he was one of the coolest characters in the series, and then in Shippuden, he just kind of Kishimoto just kind of ruins him, but anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, I think Shino would be really cool to put in the game. I think he would add a lot to the game, because no one has that insect jutsu like he does in Shinobi Striker, so I think he would add a lot to the game. One thing about Shino is that he's very versatile. You could make him probably in any class in the game, except maybe healer, I don't know, but you could probably get away with using him anywhere, like as far as any of the classes go. You could use him as range. You could probably be creative and get him to be a defensive character or an attack character. You might have to be really creative to do healing, but yeah, I just think he would be one of the coolest characters to put in the game, just because he's very versatile. I feel like he could be very versatile in Shinobi Striker. Now, another character that isn't so popular, but I think that would be really cool for Shinobi Striker, is Kiba, because obviously he has jutsus that he attacks with his dog. Obviously, no one in Shinobi Striker has jutsus like that, and it'd be very different. Now, I think he would definitely have to be attack or range. I feel like he would most likely be attack, but either way, I think those two characters would be really cool because they're very different from the cast of characters that they already have. Now, obviously, they made Itachi a healer, so obviously they can kind of do anything they want at this point, because if they made Itachi a healer, they can practically make anyone they want a healer. Either way, I think those two characters would bring a lot to the game, because like I said, they're very different and no one else in the game has their abilities. Whether you think they're strong or not, I think they're very unique and would bring a lot more variety of jutsus, at least in the quick play side of the game. Now, as far as Boruto characters, I think Shikamaru's son, Shikadai, I think that's his name, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but he would be cool, but also at the same time, he would not be adding too much to the game because Shikamaru is already in the game. But Shikamaru is a healer, so they could make Shikadai like a ranged character and make the Shadow Possession Jutsu in the ranged builds too, which would be really cool to see, because I'd love to see the combos that people are able to create with that, with their teams and stuff. That would be so fun to watch. And hopefully I'm pronouncing Shikadai's name right. I'm probably not. I haven't watched Boruto in a really long time, so yeah. Now, another character from Naruto Shippuden, I think some people might want is Tenten, and to be honest, I would actually rather just her not even be in the game. I think she'd be a complete waste of time. I know that's probably gonna piss some people off, but honestly, like, I don't think she'd really add much to the game, because all she does really is use ninja tools. I know it'd be cool to have the entire Konoha 12 in the game, but I just don't really think Tenten would be adding very much to the game, especially at this point in the game. One more character, actually, maybe two, but they have a similar fighting style, would be Kankuro, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, and Sorcery, the Puppet Masters. They would be very cool to see in the game. They'd probably be range, but I think they would be really cool to add into the game, because like Shino and Kiba, their ability is not in the game yet, so they would be adding a whole nother element to the game. I do think that Season 5 could have a lot of Boruto representatives. I don't really watch too much Boruto, so I can't really say like who would be really cool to see. I did say Shikadai, and maybe I mentioned Inojin as well. Sai's son, I think he would be cool, but at the same time, I don't know how much he'd be adding to the game, and if I didn't mention him, well, now I mentioned him now. Obviously Momoshiki, but I don't really know what they can really do with him in the game, but I do think that there's a chance that they do have a lot of Boruto representatives in Season 5, because the past 4 seasons have been heavily Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, with the exception of like Kawaki. I think there's a Boruto DLC character, like just Boruto himself. Now, obviously, adult Sasuke, adult Naruto. But other than that, I don't really think there's too many Boruto characters as DLC. So I do think Season 5 has a good shot at having a lot of Boruto representatives for all you Boruto fans out there. So that would be cool for you guys. Now, one thing briefly I'd like to see in the game for an update or Season 5, I don't really think it'd be considered in Season 5 because it's not a character. But one thing I'd love to see is more maps, because we only have like 4 to 5 maps. So it'd be really cool to see them add like a couple more maps, because fighting on the same maps over and over, it's been a couple years since the game released. So it'd be really cool of them to add more maps. Now, one last Naruto character I'm going to talk about is Tamari. Now, as far as Shinobi Striker goes, I would not be as hype if they put her in the game as, like, say, Shino or Kiba. Now, I know she's probably stronger than both of them, definitely Kiba, but either way, doesn't really matter. As far as Shinobi Striker goes, I would be more excited to see Kiba and Shino, because I just think their abilities are more unique and would be a lot cooler to see in the game. There's still obviously some characters in Naruto that they can add, and they do have a lot of room left for a Season 5, and obviously looking at how much Boruto characters are in the game total, they can do a lot of Boruto characters as well, so there's still a lot of room for a Season 5 in this game, and I think it would be a very good thing for them to add. Now, in their DLC seasons, they don't only release one character, so if they go like, oh, Season 5, we're doing Kiba, like that doesn't mean Shino is not going to be in it. They always do, like, I think it's 4 or 5 characters for a season in this game, so just because they announce the season and then go like Kiba, like that doesn't mean that's the only character they're doing. They're going to do a bunch of other characters in the, well, I shouldn't say a bunch. It's going to be a couple other characters in the season. So, yeah, I think they have a lot of room for this Season 5, because there's still a lot of characters that have abilities that aren't even in the game yet. Now, like I said, I do think Shino, Kiba, Sasori would be really hype and really cool to see in the game, because they would be adding a lot to the game. All 3 of them would be. But I do also think that there's a good chance that they have a lot of Boruto characters, which would also be cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot they can do with the Season 5. I'd like to see it. And that's pretty much all I have to say for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. It helps out the channel a ton. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.